You know what blows my mind? Some of the smartest people, top of their class, expensive business degrees, and with fancy resumes, start a business and it fails. Meanwhile, someone with no degree, no official business training, builds something massive. How? Because in the real world, a diploma doesn't matter. Execution does. Business doesn't care about your grades. It cares if you can solve a problem and deliver. So today, I want to ask a question that might make some people uncomfortable. Do you need a business degree to succeed? We will break down what a degree really gives you, what it can't teach you, and how people without a degree are using AI, on-demand learning, and grit to win anyway. We'll go from ancient trade routes to modern startups and show you where AI fits into the biggest shift since internet. This isn't an anti-college rant. It's a message about clarity, not credentials. Let's get started. If you're building something real, not just chasing approval, hit the like button and subscribe, because this channel is built for the ones who do, not just the ones who talk. Let's rewind 5,000 years. Back then, business was simple. You raise goats, I make baskets. We trade. No degree, no lectures, no permission. Just trust, value, and real needs. Fast forward to 1800s and 1900s. Most businesses were still family run. People learned by doing. They failed. They improved. That was the education. Degrees didn't matter. Customers did. Then the world changed. Industry scaled. Corporations grew. And college became the official gate. If you wanted a shot, you needed a degree. For a while, that model worked. But today, we have gone from bartering goats to building global startups from our bedrooms. And yet, one message still lingers. If you want to start a business, go to school first. Let's zoom in. What does a business degree give you? What's still useful? What's outdated? And what's missing entirely? Let's be honest. A business degree can teach you a few valuable things, especially when you pick the right major. But it's not a golden ticket, it's a toolbox, and not every tool in the box is sharp. Let's start with accounting and finance, probably the most underrated skill set. It teaches you how to track your money, spot red flags early, and price your offer with intention. You won't be guessing if you're making profit. You'll know. And when things get tight, you'll know how to breathe. Most businesses fail because of cash flow. This degree helps you survive the part no one posts about. Then you've got marketing. In school, you learn the 4 Ps, which stands for product, price, place, promotion. You also learn segmentation, branding, buyer personas. Useful stuff, but it's like learning to ride a bike from a diagram. In real life, marketing happens on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn. It moves fast and rewards what works, not what's in the textbook. But still, the foundation you get in school. It helps you speak the language. Pair that with business analytics, and now you're dangerous. You'll start to see what's working, why it's working, and how to make better decisions without winging it. This is the muscle behind smart growth. If your school offers entrepreneurship, grab it. This is the rare major that simulates the real thing. You'll learn how to build something from scratch, test your ideas, pitch to people who don't care, and keep going. This major teaches you momentum. Now, layer in some project management and things start moving. You'll understand timelines, deliverables, team roles, deadlines, and how to keep it all from falling apart. When you're launching anything, a course, a product, a service, this is your air traffic control. Then we've got business administration and leadership. These are your big picture majors. You'll learn strategy, team dynamics, operations, HR is stuff you'll use more once you have hired people. But let's be real, in the beginning, when it's just you and a laptop, knowing how to manage a team doesn't help when your ad campaigns flop at 2 a.m. Now, one underrated benefit of college, the people. You might meet professors who inspire you, classmates who challenge you, mentors who push you, and you get to learn in a structured environment, which is helpful when you're new to business. But here's what the degree doesn't teach you: how to get your first sale, how to price based on perceived value, how to build a landing page, how to go viral on TikTok, how to build trust with customers, how to handle cash flow pressure at 2 a.m. or how to bounce back when your idea flops. That's why 82% of small businesses fail due to cash flow issues, not because the founder didn't study hard. The truth is, a degree is great for learning theory, but business, that's a contact sport. So if traditional education gives you the playbook, what do you do when a real game starts? What do you need to build a business that works today? That's where self-education comes in. Let's walk you through the roadmap. Let's break it down with what I call the 4-stage self-education roadmap. no degree required. Before you build anything, you need to answer one simple question. What am I actually building? Because a lot of people start businesses based on what they want to do. But the best businesses, they're built around what other people need. Let me say that again. Don't chase cool ideas, chase real problems. So how do you know if your idea is worth building? Ask yourself 3 questions. What pain am I solving? Not just inconvenience, but a real pain point. Something annoying, expensive, stressful, or time-consuming for someone else. If there's no pain, there's no urgency. And if there's no urgency, there's no sale. Number 2, who exactly has this problem? Be specific. Not the people who use Instagram, but content creators trying to post daily but burning out. Not small businesses, but freelance designers who hate chasing invoices. You can't help everyone. You just need to help someone clearly and deeply. Number 3, what would they pay to fix it? If someone told you, hey, I'll solve this problem for you in a day, what would they say? Would they open their wallet? Would they refer a friend? If the answer is yes, you've got a business. If the answer is no, you've got a hobby. And here's a rule that will save you years of wasted time. Fall in love with the problem, not the solution. Don't get attached to how you solve it. Just stay obsessed with why you're solving it. That way, even if your first version doesn't work, you'll still stay in the game long enough to make the next version better. Want some tools to sharpen the skill? Check out the book, The Mom Test. It will teach you how to talk to customers without bias. And the podcast, My First Million. They break down real business ideas in real time. Great for seeing how different problems turn into real companies. But once that idea clicks, here's the next question. Can you pull it off? Because clarity gives you direction. But skills, that's what gives you the finish line. That's where stage 2 comes in. Let's talk about building the skills that keep the business alive. You don't need to master everything, but you do need a solid foundation in 4 areas: finance, marketing, operations, and sales. Let's start with finance. You need to know where your money is going, what are you charging, and what's left over when the dust settles. Most businesses fail because they don't track cash flow. That means they're making sales but still running out of money. Learn how to price your offer so you can make profit, not just revenue. Understand taxes or hire someone who does. But don't guess, don't wing it. Think of cash flow like oxygen. You can't see it, but if you run out, your business dies. So, once your numbers make sense, now you need people to find you. Because even the best product in the world means nothing if no one knows it exists. That's where marketing comes in. Marketing is just how people find out about you. It could be organic content on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, paid ads on Google or Meta, or even word of mouth referrals, podcasts. But here's the truth. If people don't know you exist, they can't buy from you. Marketing isn't optional. It's your lifeline. But remember, getting attention is one thing. Delivering on what you promise, that's another game entirely. Because once the marketing works, you need a system that can handle the demand without falling apart. That's where operation comes in. Operations are the behind the scenes system that keep your business running smoothly. Ask yourself, can you deliver your product or services consistently without chaos? Do you have a clear process for what happens after someone buys? Good operation equals fewer mistakes, faster delivery, and happier customers. It's not flashy, but it's how real businesses stay in control. Now you have got the back end working. Your systems are tight. Your delivery is smooth. But here's the question. Can you convince someone to say yes in the first place? Because no matter how great your offer is, nothing happens until a sale is made. Let's talk about sales. Sales isn't about pushing people. It's about helping them understand how you solve their problems. If you believe in what you're offering, your job is to explain the value clearly and honestly. Forget pressure and gimmicks. The best sales feels like service. And here's the truth. If you're not selling, you don't have a business. You must be willing to ask. If you want to sharpen your sales and marketing game, here are a few resources that actually help. Grab the book, Marketing Made Simple by Donald Miller. It'll help you simplify your message and connect with real customers. Want to write better? Learn 2 classic copywriting frameworks. Number 1, problem, agitate, solution. Number 2, attention, interest, desire, action. These show you how to structure a message that sticks. And if you're selling anything, listen to 30 Minutes to President's Club. It's pure, no fluff sales training. Real tactics, real talk, real results. These aren't just nice to knows. They're the skills that move revenue. So now you've got the skills. The foundations are in place. What's next? It's time to get out of the learning mode and into the launch mode. Let's shift from learning to doing. This is where the momentum begins. You don't need perfect, you need progress. Because waiting for perfect is just another way to procrastinate. Start where you are. Use what you have. Test fast. Build something real. Take messy actions and refine as you go. Now, where do you begin? Step 1. Build a minimum viable offer. What's the simplest version of your idea you can sell today? If you're making a product, create a basic version. If it's a service, offer a trial. If it's a content, make a landing page and see who signs up. The goal isn't perfection, it's proof. And once you have got something out in the world, we'll go to step 2. Get 5 to 10 paying customers. You don't need 10,000 followers. You need a few people to say, yes, I'll pay for that. That first yes is everything. Talk to them. Watch what lands. Ask what didn't. This is where you start seeing what's real and what's just a good guess. From there, it's simple. Step 3. Learn, adjust, repeat. Feedback is your cheat code. Use it, tweak your offer, improve the delivery, adjust the price. Every cycle sharpens your business. This isn't failure. This is version 1.0 leveling up to 2.0. And guess what? You don't need a giant budget to get started. There are free or low-cost tools that can help you move fast and stay focused. Use Stripe for payments, Canva or CapCut for content, Trello or Notion for planning, Card or Shopify for websites. So now you have built it. You've got your first sales. You have tested. You have tweaked. You have proven that people want what you're offering. Now the real question is, can you keep it going without breaking? Because this is where businesses either scale or stall. Once your offer is working, don't just celebrate. Step back and ask yourself, how can I make this smoother, grow faster, and take less of my time? That's when you shift from hustle to systems. Because if you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Because real growth isn't luck, it's measured. Here's what to focus on next. You need metrics that matters. You don't need a PhD in data, but you do need to know how much it costs to get a customer, how much each customer is worth to you long term. If customers are coming back or leaving, how many people act like buying or signing up after seeing your offer. This tells you if your message is working, how much the average customer spends per purchase. Helps you know if you're leaving the money on the table or if it's time to upsell. What percentage of your customers come back and buy again over time? A high retention rate means they're happy and your business is stable. If you track nothing else, track these. Once you have got traction, now systemize it so it runs with or without you. Next, you need SOPs plus automation. SOP stands for Standard Operating Procedures. It's just a fancy way of saying this is how we do things every time. It's about creating a repeatable process you or your team can follow without guesswork. Write it down, test it, then automate whatever parts you can. The more consistent your systems are, the more freedom you create. Write down your process, automate what you can. Once you have built the machine, you don't have to run every part yourself. It's time to free up your time and finally pass the ball, which is why you need hiring slowly and smartly. When you're too busy to do everything yourself, don't panic. Start small. Hire one person for one clear task. Train them using your documented process. Let them prove it works. Then slowly build from there. Grow your team based on real needs, not your ego. The groundwork is done. It's time to turn momentum into compounding growth. And you will need growth loops, which will add fuel to the fire. Build in ways for your customers to refer others with a bonus. Share your work with stories or carousel. Become repeat buyers with smart upsells. This is how you go from working in your own business to growing on purpose. This isn't just a mindset shift, it's an operating upgrade. And if you're not sure how to pull that off or you want to go deeper, I suggest reading The E-Myth Revisited, which breaks it down better than I ever could. It will rewire how you think about growth. If this roadmap is giving you clarity, drop a like right now and comment below. I'm building real skills. That way, I know you're not just watching, you're working. And while that roadmap gives you the tools, let's talk about the traits that separate starters from finishers. Let's be honest, you can ace every class and still fail at the stuff that matters. There's no lecture on grit, no exams for resilience. Here's what schools won't teach you: but business will. You learn grit when things fall apart because real business doesn't come with a safety net. You learn storytelling that makes people care because facts tell but stories sell. You learn mastering your mindset when it matters most because chaos outside means calm has to come from within. You learn failing first and bouncing back faster because version 1.0 is just your ticket to version 2.0. You learn showing up when no one's clapping yet because consistency beats motivation every time. These aren't the lessons I learned from a textbook. They're earned through 20 plus years of experience, mistakes, and repetitions. That's why execution will always beat the credentials every single time. But here's what is wild about right now. The gap between learning and doing has never been smaller because the tools that used to cost you time, money, or even a degree, they're now free, fast, and at your fingertips. That's the shift we're living through, and it's powered by AI. We're living through the biggest shift since the internet. In the past, you needed college just to access information. Now, a 19-year-old with the laptop and AI tools can build a business before they even pick a major. In fact, I ran a challenge to prove it. I gave myself 30 days. No team, no brand, no funding. Just AI tools and the internet. The goal? Make $10,000 from scratch. What happened? Change how I see business forever. Watch that full breakdown right after this. I'll link in the description and right up there. But here's the point. With AI, you can build a full website, write emails, ads, and landing pages, create your logo and branding, plan your entire funnel, analyze competitors and spot trends, simulate pricing, forecast demand, and even script your YouTube video and automate all the boring stuff in the background in minutes for free from your bedroom. You don't need permission. You need a problem to solve and the tools to move fast. Let that sink in. AI doesn't care about your degree. It rewards curiosity and action. The people who win now aren't the ones with the best grades. They are the ones who know how to use the tool. Just remember, AI is not just a tool. It's a business accelerator. And if you learn how to use it, you're 10 steps ahead of the people waiting for permission. What that really means, don't wait to be chosen. Choose yourself and start building. But with all this talk about self-education and AI, let's not act like college has no value. Because sometimes a degree is the smartest move. Not for prestige, not to look impressive, not for the diploma on your wall, but for the structure, the access, and the specific careers that require it. Let's be clear, this isn't about bashing degrees. A degree can absolutely be the right move if you're heading into law, medicine, engineering, or other licensed fields. You want to work in a major company or corporate structure. You have got a scholarship and access to quality education, or you're still figuring out your path and need time to explore. But here's the truth, a certificate doesn't guarantee competence. A lecture doesn't make you a leader. And definitely don't think a diploma makes you immune to failure. It's not about degree, it's about what you do with it. But how you think about degrees and what they mean also depends on your generation. Because what you felt like a safety net 20 years ago might look very different today. Let's be real, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to, do I need a degree? It depends when you grew up, what world shaped you, and what kind of world you're building in now. So let's look at how this question plays out across generations, because your starting line shapes the strategy. Let's start with Gen Zs. If you're under 30, here's the truth. You're raised in chaos, pandemic, AI, online everything. College is no longer the gate it used to be. And the good news, you can experiment early. You've got the time to build, mess up, rebuild, and win. I would say learn fast, launch small, grow in public. But if you are a millennial, your story is different. You didn't just grow up in disruption. You lived through the promises and watched them break in real time. You were promised that degrees equal jobs equal safety. Then 2008 financial crash happened. Then COVID. Now you know better. You have got life experience. Leverage it. This is your decade to build something real with all the lessons you have paid for. Last but not the least, there's Gen X, the bridge between old rules and new realities. You have seen every phase of the game, and now you're in the perfect position to play it on your own terms. You're not too late, you're right on time. You have built skills, you have led teams, you have seen what works. You have got an edge that most people don't have, and that is wisdom. Use what you know and don't be afraid to pivot. The next big thing might be your second act. And no matter which generation you're part of, there's something important to understand. You don't have to follow a fixed formula anymore. In today's world, the path isn't either or, it's custom built. You don't have to pick sides, degrees, or business. Do both. Do neither. Do what moves you forward. What matters is learning fast, building real skills, and taking consistent actions. Get a job. Start a side hustle. Read, build, test, connect. Whatever path you choose, make sure it builds skills and credibility. Because end of the day, it's not about which path you take. It's about what you build along the way. And that brings us back to the question we started with. Do you need a business degree to succeed? And the answer is no. But you do need education, real education, execution, grit, people. You don't need a classroom. You need a customer. Read that again. Because business isn't built in theory. It's built in the trenches. In the business world, the people who win are not always the one with the fanciest diplomas or the highest test scores. They're the ones who learn fast, act fast, build small, test early, scale smart, don't wait for permission, and most importantly, they stay humble. In today's world, everything you need is available for free or almost free. The question is no longer, can I learn this? The real question is, will I show up long enough to master it? Because the truth is, most people don't fail because of the lack of knowledge. They fail because of lack of execution. They overthink, overplan, and never launch. And that's where you can win. Here's what I want you to remember. Whether you're 17 or 47, you don't have to be an expert to start. You don't need a fancy logo, a page tag, or $1 million in funding. Degree not necessary. You just need a problem worth solving and a grit to keep solving it. That's it. The future doesn't belong to the certified. It belongs to the self-educated. Because end of the day, degrees don't build businesses. Execution does. If you want to jump back to a specific section that we discussed or send this to a friend who's stuck, I've added full timestamps in the description. Use them. If this video helped you, go ahead and slap that like button like it owes you money. It tells YouTube algo that this was actually useful. And if you're still here, drop a comment below. Did you go to college and build a business? Or skip college and build one anyway? Or maybe you haven't started yet and you're feeling stuck. Wherever you are, you're not behind, but you need a game plan. So watch my next video. It's the full playbook for positioning, launching, and getting that first real traction. No fluff, no shortcuts, just grit behind the growth. Let's build it together.